Okay, good morning, my brothers and sisters. So today, my lecture will be Fundamental Abhidhamma, Chapter 1. As an introduction, I explained how Abhidhamma is important to study. So Abhidhamma and Sutantas, the Buddha's teachings relate to each other. So we must analyze now. According to this is a fundamental Abhidhamma. Chapter 1 we should start. Before studying this chapter 1, we should notice, according to Buddha's teaching, Citta, Cetasikas are different. Consciousness and the mental properties are different. Although Cettas are classified into 89, these classifications are not according to characteristic. According to characteristics, Citta is only one. According to characteristic, Citta is only one. According to Cetasika, according to other conditions, Citta classified into 89. So without the Cetasika, without other conditions, Citta cannot be classified because all Cettas are, according to characteristics, only the same. So one phenomenon has one characteristic. According to characteristic, we must know this is one phenomenon. So each phenomenon has a different characteristic. So Citta and Cetasikas together, we should translate English term into mind. Mind means Citta and Cetasikas together. In Abhidhamma, it will explain first Citta, classifications of Citta. After that, Cetasika, mental properties, classifications of mental properties. After that, how Citta, Cetasikas mutually relate, how Citta associate with the Cetasika, how Cetasikas associate with the Citta. So, Citta, Cetasika together we should call Buddhist psychology. So before studies about Citta and Cetasika, we should know first Paramattha and Paññatti. Okay? Paramattha and Paññatti. Paramattha means Parama Atta. Compound words. We should analyze this words, Parama and Atta. Parama means, according to English translation, ultimate. Atta means reality, or ultimate reality, or ultimate sense. This is Paramattha. Commentaries explain Paramattha literally means noble one, noble. Parama means noble. Why it is noble? According to characteristic, it's never changed. That is called Parama. Paramo aviparito. Parama is never changes. According to characteristic. That point is very important. Cettas ever change, but characteristics never change. As a characteristic never change. Because of any Citta, whenever arises, it is characteristic only in awareness of object. That is, it is characteristic. Any Citta have one characteristic as an awareness of an object. That is Citta's characteristic. This characteristic, individual characteristic. Chaita belongs to this characteristic. Awareness of an object. That is a Chaita's characteristic. Chaita cannot act other things. Only it is aware of an object. That is Chaita. Without a Chaitasika, Chaita alone is, its own characteristic is an awareness of object. The other functions are functions of Chaitasika. So according to characteristic, the phenomenon never changes. Therefore it is called Parama. Parama never change according to it is a characteristic. Therefore ultimate is ultimate. Atta means things to be known, phenomena to be known. Ultimate phenomena, ultimate reality, ultimate sense. So there is a Paramattha. Paññatti is not like that. Paññatti is just concept. It changes. It is a name and quality. When quality and form changes, it changes. For example, everybody knows cotton. This cotton we can get it from cotton plant. It's a cotton. First, it's a cotton. It is a form and the quality is different. When we make cotton, when we change cotton into thread, it's no longer cotton, it's become thread. Name also changes, qualities change. It is no longer cotton, it has become thread. When this thread is weaving, it's become dress. Nobody calls it a thread. So this has become cloth. This is a cloth. In many type of the cloths, it's a suits, many shaped. Some people also call this is a t-shirt, this other dresses. So name changes in this way. That is a paññatti. Autakava. Paññatti means just concept, only idea, not ultimate realities. But ultimate reality in our form, ultimate reality is only 8 material qualities. Cotton has 8 material qualities. Thread also have 8 material qualities. Cloth also have 8 material qualities. Many types of dress also 8 material qualities. Only form changes, but qualities never change. Inside material qualities never change. Cotton has softness, that is buttery. Sometimes if I'm by touching, we know eating corn, that is also material qualities. Motion is liquidy state, this is collating all together, becomes solid. That is one material quality. Color, smell, taste, nutrient acid, all together 8 material qualities lie. 8 material qualities lie in the cotton and thread, in thread and cloth and clothes. So that is never changing. Only the other outer colors changes. So we should understand concept. Paññatti is just outer color. Inside count is ultimate realities. according to characteristics, never changing. So Paramatha and Panyati in this way. So when we speak, we use words. We use words. We use terms. This is term also Panyati, not Paramatha. But this Panyati sometimes describes reality, sometimes describes only imaginary. But all terms are just concept. Concept, Panyati. Depending on something it is used. So aura are Panyati. For example, we call this as a book. But if we separated these papers, no longer to be called book. If we burn them, it becomes ash, no longer to be called book. So this is just concept. Cannot remain as a sense, no ultimate realities. This is just a concept. So the word books, English term book, the word book is called Panyati, one kind of Panyati. There are two. We should know the two. The word books is Panyati. Then the thing we see, the word book described this thing. So that is also Panyati. The word chair is Panyati. The word chair described the thing, this thing is also Panyati. Both are Panyati. Because, why is it called Panyati? Panyati is make known or make to be known. So two types of Panyati, Saddha Panyati and Atha Panyati. In this book it is mentioned about that. In chapter 1 you can read this one. Okay, page number 21. Page number 21. The two types of Dhamma explained in Abhidhamma. Okay? Too easy to find out. There are two types of Dhammas. Panyati also Dhamma, Paramatha is also Dhamma. The term Dhamma is covered all things according to Buddha's teachings. But according to context, we must define the meaning. We must define the meaning. The same term used, but definition is different. That must be careful about that. According to context, we must know the meaning. So here, there are two types of Dhammas that are explained in Abhidhamma treatise. They are Panyati and Paramatha. In Abhidhamma Pitaka, the basket of philosophy, basket of the higher doctrine, the Buddha explained two types of Dhamma. These two types of Dhammas are in Pali, Panyati and Paramatha. So Panyati comprises name and things. Name also Panyati. Through name we have to know things. That is also Panyati. Everybody has names. That's the leader. Everybody has name. Through name we can know the person. For example, one named Smith. Smith is a name. This word is submit. The names point out to the person. Not the other persons, only that person who has a name is submit. So, name and things. We can see that book, that is, we name the book. That is a name. We can see with our eyes that is a thing. So name and things. Both are panyati. Both are panyati. So the name and the things. Names are panyati. For through names we are able to know things. Through names we know. Through names we know things. So therefore, literally panyati means make it known. Make it known. This is panyati. The root is a nya. Nyati. Panyati is make it known. Are able to know things. Through names we are able to know things. Things are also panyati because they have to know through names. Through names they can be known. If someone said, by name he point out, give me a cup of water. So this is a cup of water. That is a name. Cup and water, cup of water. That is a name. By name, the things will be brought. Is that okay? By name, call me Mr. Smith. Call Mr. Smith. He will come and bring Mr. Smith. He's Mr. Smith. So by name the things or the person is known. Therefore, there are two things, name and things. Name and person. Both are panyati. Because of name is able to know the thing or the person. The person also to be known by name. The things are also to be known by its label. So they are both are panyati. All the names we call, all of the words we use are saddha panyati. Saddha. Saddha means a sound. Saddha means a sound. Human made a sound. Literally, saddha is a sound. So words describe it. First we use. After that, you see, that is the sign of sound. Letters are the sign of sound. Isn't that? Letters are the sign of sound. Everybody read, this is the same sound. For example, this is someone write A. So all people, what is it that? All people A, the same sound. If you write B, all people read B. This is the sign of sound. Letters are the sign of sound. So therefore, that is also panyati. Panyati. Therefore, that is so-called saddha panyati. Saddha panyati. The sound, so now you are here, you hear my sound. The sound, according to the sound, the sign of the letters, the sound of the sign of sound, the letters or sentences we can write on the boards. So therefore they are called saddha panyati because of sound or the sign of sound. Words are sign of sound, therefore called saddha panyati. Because through them we have to know the things concerned. The things are attha panyati. Right? The word we point out something. These things are called attha panyati. Here, attha panyati is spelling is mistakes. We must be double T-H. You should correct, double T-H. H is missed here. Double T-H. Attha Panyati. Attha Panyati. Attha means here thing. Because they have to know, to be known by means of names and words. So this is how to separate, how to understand Panyati. So briefly I will talk about you. Panyati, basically classification, Saddha Panyati and Attha Panyati. Saddha Panyati is all words we use. That is called Saddha Panyati. Attha Panyati means things described by the words. That is Attha. Name and thing, name and person, the same. So okay. So Attha, Saddha Panyati, Attha Panyati is me. Here is not mentioned, but I will talk about something. Some words mention true things, realities. Some words conveyed ultimate sense. Some words not conveyed ultimate sense. Untruth. Untruth also works described. Some are not exist. The term described the things which is not exist also. Some word described only reality, what is exist. For example, the horn of rabbit, okay. You know the rabbit? Is a rabbit had horn? But the horn of rabbit, the word horn of rabbit is described what is not exist. It does not exist. That is just musawara. Musawara means described what is not, does not exist. That is musawara. People also talk about which is not exist. For example, in my hand there is a not precious stone. I say, I have precious stone, but here is not precious stone. But what is described precious stone? But if it open, nothing. So some word described none of reality. That is, Panyati is called Avijja Mana Panyati. Avijja Mana Panyati. A-V-I-J-A. Avijja. Mana, M-A-N-A. M-A must be done with a bar, diacritic mark. Avijja Mana. Like a mana. Avijja Mana. Avijja Mana means non-existent. Non-existent. The word, sometimes some word described what it is does not exist. What does not exist. That is Avijja Mana Panyati. For example, man, woman. The word man, woman. If we analyze, we cannot find men. We cannot find women. If we analyze, it is described men. If we analyze, you say men. What is men? You call hair as men? No, hair is just hair. Head is man. No, it is head. Arms is man. No, arms is just arm, not man. Leg. Leg is also not man. Eye is man. Oh no, eye is just eye. Ear is man. No. If we analyze, we cannot find man. For example, another example, car. How did you come here? I came here by car. Someone say, I came here by car. What is a car? What do you point out the car? We is a car. No, we is just we. Body is a car. No, body is just body. If so, engine is a car. No, engine is not a car. Petrol is a car. No, petrol is not a car. So if we analyze separated, car disappear. Because all together, that's what we call car. So in this way, the word car described which does not exist. Isn't that? Does not exist. We are also, if we analyze, there's nothing. In ultimate sense, nothing exists. Just a concept, just an idea we call. That is called Abhidhamma Panyati. Men, women, trees, also in this way. What is Vipassanā Panyati? Patavi, hardness or some other element. What is Patavi? Hardness, earthness is Patavi. Wherever we touch hardness, softness, we can find. Cannot remove this one. Maybe this change, hardness change into softness, softness change. As long as the material, as long as the matter, the things remained, the qualities remained. So it's never change. Wherever can be found. We cannot go into beneath. Whatever the forms changes, it is never changes. That is called Patavi is Vipassanā Panyati. Without a negative. Is a negative. Vipassanā Panyati. Is a Panyati, what it, the word, it described what exists. That is Vipassanā Panyati. So, this Panyati changes, it is designation when it is a form or substance changes. That is the nature of Panyati explained. It is, however, Panyati is conventional truth, Sammuti Satya, conventional truth. Conventional truth. Without a Panyati, we cannot communicate each other. Therefore, Panyati is important. The Buddha preached Dhamma. The Buddha described the ultimate reality using Panyati. Some Panyati described the reality, ultimate sense. Sati Panyati is called Sammuti Satya. Sammuti Satya. Atakava, it is a truth. That is a conventional truth. Sammuti Satya, conventional truth. Because it is something that is generally accepted. People also accept it. Now here everybody agreed, general consensus. Nobody reject. That is a white ball. Is there any person who rejects this is not a white ball? Everybody accepts this is as a white ball. That is a general accept. General accept. Man, woman, I, you, he, she, general accept. It's a monk, layman, laywoman, it's a nun. This general accept. Dress. So that is a general accept. Such a general accept is thought Sammutisacca. According to general accept, it is true. It is true. But this truth is not like Pramata. Because many people accept as a true, therefore become true. That is called Sammutisacca. Sammutisacca should not be avoided, should not be abandoned. So, because it is something that is generally accepted, using conventional truth, the Buddha gives guidelines dealing with the status, social status, application of the human society, morality, conditions for success and life and so on. Without the using Sammutisacca cannot explain. We go the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, morality. So this is Sammutisacca. Sammutisacca. Even the term Buddha is a Sammutisacca. True. Generous stated. The Buddha has given guidelines dealing with the general social status. Like that, women, all women are not the same. He is mother, she is daughter. So, different position. Different position. If a mother must pay respect, that's an obligation. He is a teacher, he is pupil, teacher and pupil social status. According to Sammutisacca. This is dress, you see. Or, for example, roughly we say, I don't know the source. Generally we speak, all clothes are made of cotton, for example. But, different type. That is a monk's robe, that is a layman's robe. That is a woman's dress, that is a man's dress. Men cannot wear women's dress. Women cannot wear men's dress. This is so strange. If it will be so strange. So that is a Sammutisacca. Generally accepted people. Generally accepted. Some people think, some people say, I heard. For example, in Yangon, there is a Shurigong Pagoda. People also worship. Why do you worship the brick? That is the heap of brick. Many people, some people also say like that. You see, Shurigong Pagoda is built of brick. Brick. Why people also pay respect to the brick? Anywhere we can find a brick. But in pavement, they are also constructed the brick we walk on. On that brick we walk on. Another brick we pay respect. Bricks is the same bricks, you see. For another example, we carve the Buddha statues, a wood, the color of Buddha statues. We carve a wood, the same wood, the same type of wood, and the woman's statue. So one's Buddha statues, one's woman's statues. Both are cut. The wood, kind of wood. We pay respect to Buddha's statues. We don't pay respect to the other statues. Why? For another example, this is another statue. The lion's statues. We cut out lion. We cut Buddha statues. We pay respect to Buddha statues. We do not pay respect to the lion's statues. Why? Both are the same. The same wood. Why differentiate? Because Sammutisacca. Sammutisacca. We accept this is Buddha's image, Buddha's statue. That is a lie. That is the nature. Many discounts. It's okay. Sammuti Satya. We should not against Sammuti Satya. According to generous acceptance, generous, we must accept. General consensus. According to general consensus, we must accept. That is a Sammuti Satya. Sammuti Satya. You know the Mangala Sutta. Asevanacha balanam panitanam cha sevana. Do not associate with the fool. Associate with the wise man. Fool, wise man. That is a Sammuti Satya. According to ultimate sense, there is no such a difference. Cannot be fine, he is a fool, he is wise, cannot be said. But in the level of Sammuti Satya, the Buddha gave guidelines. He is mother, he is father, she is mother. You must attend your mother and father, pay respect to your mother. You have obligate to attend mother and father. This is all according to Sammuti Satya, the Buddha has explained. So therefore, we must understand this one. The Buddha gives a guideline dealing with the status, obligation of human society, morality, conditions of success, and life, and so on. If someone abandons Sammuti Satya, he becomes abnormal. He becomes strange, amazing person. In Myanmar, sometimes some people are extreme people are weird, extreme ideas, mixing Panyati and Paramata. Panyati and Paramata. Some people think, dress is the same, clothes is the same. So if it's the same, as a Buddhist people, you see, if as a layman, if you wear the monk's dress, how will it be? This is ultimate, there is only Panyati. He never followed the Panyati. Clothes is only a material qualities. My dress also a material quality, your dress also a material quality. According to ultimate sense, these are the same. So change dress. Against this is general consensus. What will we say? He has gone mad. If it is strange, he has gone mad. If it not follow Sammuti Satya, he has gone mad. People will say, he has gone mad. So, according to general consensus, we must follow. That is a Sammuti Satya. Sammuti Satya. Then another one is a Paramata Satya. Paramata is the ultimate reality. The Dhamma of ultimate reality is that they never change. They never change. It is real forever. According to characteristic, they never change. For example, maybe the form may change. Hardness, softness is the characteristic of Patavi. This characteristic is never change. Patavi never change. Patavi never began with the characteristic of heat and cold. Never change, it is characteristic. Phassa, it is characteristic contact. It never change, it is a characteristic contact. always remain contact. 2,500 years also phassa contact. Nowadays also phassa contact. In the future also will be contact, never changes. Fire. 2,500 years ago, fire is hot. Fire is hot and burning. Now it is hot and burning. For future, this also will continue. It is nature. In human history, is there any story? One day fire is like water, not 2 day fire. In 2,500 years, fire not burning. Fire on those days, fire is not heat. Fire is very cold on those days. Is there anybody who can find out such a story? So, according to the nature, characteristics always remain. That is called ultimate realities. So the ultimate reality is abstract truth. Using the abstract truth, the Buddha is found the wisdom of realization and emancipation. So, Sammuti Satya, we must know in this way. In communication among the society, if we communicate among society, we must follow Sammuti Satya. According to Sammuti Satya, we must stay. We must live according to Sammuti Satya. As long as only Sammuti Satya we accept, always accept, we cannot remove our attachment or hatred. To remove attachment, to remove hatred, we must abandon Sammuti Satya. We must penetrate and knock on ultimate reality. For example, as a person, we love. As a person, we hate. We cannot avoid love and hate. As long as we keep as a person, as long as we keep in our mind as a person, we cannot avoid love and hate. So to avoid love and hate, to abandon love and hate, you love the person that is not person, only composed of mind and matter. That is impermanent, only nature, only phenomenon, the composed of mind and matter. What do you love? You love mind and matters or what do you love? What do you hate in the same? The person does not exist in ultimation. If you analyze, no person exists. So what do you hate? Who hates you? So, love and hate can be removed, penetrating in our core, ultimate reality. It's possible in this way. Therefore, to see ultimate reality, we have to follow Vipassanā. We have to follow inside knowledge. We must practice Vipassanā. Because we are always in and outer cover. We are always in outer cover. We must penetrate. We must go undercome ultimate reality. We must try to realize ultimate reality. It is possible only through Vipassanā knowledge. Only through Vipassanā knowledge. If we see ultimate reality, there is no person before I love or hate. No person. Persons disappear. Only phenomena remain. So how love and hate will rise to phenomena? By this way, the Buddhas explain Paramattha Satcha. So Paramattha Satcha, Satchikata Paramattha. Satchikata means ever true. Ever true. According to nature, it never changes. Never changes. The others have changes. Only outer karma. Only outer karma. So therefore, first we must understand what is Paramattha, what is Paññatti. Paramattha, Paññatti we must know. Therefore, when I practice meditation, Vipassanā meditation, under the guidance of Sayadaw U Pandita, when at the time in Mahasi Center in Yangon, and Sayadaw U Pandita is my teacher, meditation master. At that time, I cannot describe, I cannot differentiate samatha and vipassana. The meditation master is instruct me, whatever period you must note it. You must note, mentally note. So I cannot follow this belly movement, rise and fall. Because since young I practice breathing, breathe out. Therefore my mind cannot focus belly movement. So I keep this one. Only breathing, breathe out. After that, where is the pain? I change my mind to the pain. Where is the itch? I must change my mind to the itch. So facing, jumping towards it. One day an idea arises. I thought, I cannot concentrate. No concentration. Because of my mind is jumping. From one object to another object, from one object to another object. So that is useless for me. Before I went to meditation center, I only focus my breathing, breathe out and concentrate on it. Only that I think in those days. So later I understand, Vipassanā must be jumping. Because of Vipassana objects must be, samatha object must be one pointedness. That is a samatha object. I think it is a samatha, Vipassana samatha, I cannot differentiate. I confuse samatha and Vipassana. Later I understand, jumping means whatever appeared, I must notice. That is just contemplation for knowledge. If it remains only one thing, how to understand impermanent? So many objects appeared, I must note all. According to Vipassana, must notice all. I want to keep my mind only, I want to focus, I want to concentrate on only one object. And try in this way. So, I dislike jumping. So, later I understand, Vipassana. Vipassana concentration is momentary. Vipassana concentration is momentary. Because of object also moment. When I focus, it disappears. I shift another object, that's also disappear. Then another appeared, I focus, it's also disappear. Whatever was in touch, it is a disappear. Whatever appears, I notice that is a disappear. Disappear. That's a momentary object. Reality is momentary. Therefore, Vipassana concentration, Vipassana samadhi is momentary, reality and momentary. Samatha concentration is imaginary, just imaginary. Can keep long, that is an imaginary concept. So samatha samadhi, Vipassana samadhi is quite different. Samatha samadhi's object is mostly imaginary. Vipassana samadhi's object is reality. So reality cannot remain. Realities are momentary. Because all conditioned things are impermanent, the Buddha said. So later I understand. At that time, during meditation, I'm confused. I have no concentration. Jumping towards an object I dislike to such a condition. So, to realize ultimate realities is possible only Vipassana samadhi, Vipassana knowledge. To increase such a knowledge, we have to learn Abhidhamma. Because, like me, not confused. I'm confused with Samatha samadhi and Vipassana samadhi. I'm confused. So, if we have that Abhidhamma knowledge, we never confuse in this way. Sometimes our object, we think, sometimes our objects are reality, but we keep our mind on the imaginary. Towards the imaginary, Vipassana cannot arise. Vipassana knowledge can rise only reality object. Sometimes we follow the imaginary object. That cannot be Vipassana, real Vipassana. So, therefore, to classify the Panyati and the Paramatha is very important. We must understand when we communicate, we must follow the Samudhi Satya. When we live in society, we must follow the Samudhi Satya. When we practice meditation as an ultimate sense to remove hatred, love and hate, we must follow the Paramatha Satya. To remove love and hate, we must follow the Paramatha Satya. Without knowing Paramatha Satya, we cannot eradicate the love and hate. So that is the point to understand Panyati and Paramatha. Okay, let me break.